it's Yvonna here from Enjoy Your Life Coaching and Healing, and I've got an update for you today about the full moon in Cancer. Now, the Cancer is a water sign, so it shows how fluid it may be, and also it's got a hard shell but a soft inside. Interesting thing is that Cancerians, or the moon in Cancer, or anything in the Cancer sign, is quite intuitive and quite sensitive to any energies. Now, this is quite fitting because we just had that conjunction on the 21st of the 12th, and I was just wondering how that went for you. For me, it was very intense, and I usually get these things a few days beforehand, so it was very intense the weekend prior because the 21st of the 12th was on Monday, and my intensity started on the Friday prior. So it's been a very intense weekend, the whole weekend. The energies were, it took a long time for them to settle and stabilize again, but the reason why it was so intense is because I wasn't listening. I wasn't taking notice of what was happening since the Sunday prior to that already, so more than a week prior. So I was letting things go and letting things go and letting things go, and all of a sudden it just blew up, and that's when it got very intense. But I got over it, It took a couple of days to come back completely to myself again. Plenty of self-care, plenty of cleansing, clearing my energy space, and it's all good again. So I was wondering how intense it was for you, that conjunction. And did you see it? It was raining 2 days, 2 nights in a row here, so obviously we couldn't see it. And on the third night, I think I was busy, so I didn't go and see it, unfortunately. Anyway, so the weekend was very intense prior to 21st, and I wasn't taking notice of the things that were talking to me. So all of a sudden, my boundaries got put into place by me, obviously, but it was like, whoa, now I can see that it's all mounted up, mounted up, mounted up until there was a big explosion. And that's not good. We don't want all the drama, so make sure you have your boundaries in place and be conscious about them. Be mindful about everything. Right. Have you been feeling all over the place? Like your mind is going everywhere? That's possible. I've seen that happen. Or have you been feeling overwhelmed with too much information, too many things coming at you? With both instances, with the energy being that high, that intense, come back to yourself. Very important to actually do that all the time. Breathe. You can do your breathing exercises, meditate. Perfect to get back to you and be mindful. Take lots of time out. Take time out whenever you need it. Self-care is very important. As long as you stay very much with yourself rather than everywhere, and it's a busy season, the silly season is just busy. You gotta look after yourself, you gotta take time out, even if it is 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 2-3 times a day, whatever you can manage. Do something for yourself, even if it is taking 1 deep breath, 2-3 deep breaths. Do it. Appreciate all the busyness of the month of December. Of course, the businesses are shutting down, so they're really busy with business, and their busyness is to get everything sorted before they go and take a break. For the people who are taking a break, it's busy because they need to get food in place, they need to get organized with kids or social things, and silly season is just busy. Accept the busyness, and it'll be a lot easier because you will reap the rewards of the busyness soon. It's like, for example, being a student with a full-time job and you're just busy, 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 but at the end of your study time, however many years it might be, you're done. You can reap the rewards because you graduated and you can find a job and you can have the money that you deserve because you have that diploma. So appreciate the busyness and reap the rewards as soon as they come. Also with planning, Christmas, New Year's, perfect. Busyness and then you reap the rewards because you can actually, once it happens, you can actually relax and you can go like, yep, I did my planning, it's all good. So be in alignment with where you want to go, not in misalignment. So when you do your self-care, have a look at that. Are you in alignment? Are you in the flow with where you decided that you wanted to go? Then there was more stable energy after the 22nd of December. Have you noticed that? I certainly did. Because I started getting stable again by Sunday. I was pretty good again. So perfect 22nd of December. With the foundations that we've been, do you remember from the old videos, foundations that we've been laying over 2020? 2020 was a big year with lots of life changes and also with the foundation laying of where we want to go, what we're going to do for the next 20 years, right? So with the boundaries that you've set, it helps with your foundational energy. Because with the foundations, the pillars that you've got in place, set your boundaries so that they don't change unless you want them to change, of course. Make sure you don't lose focus of them because it's good to focus on your foundations. A house is nothing without proper foundations, especially in earthquakes, and we know all about that. Right. The foundational energies will and the boundaries will be for yourself, for your home, for your business, and it will be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And that's still from the 21st, from the conjunction. What's happening now? Have you been expressing yourself more lately? Or have you been able to express yourself better lately? Have a think about that. It's interesting how these things come up. Have you been thinking about what you want to create in your future? Of course, we've done the foundations, that we just discussed that. So do you know where you're going, which little steps you have to take, which bigger steps you have to take, and what your end goal is? Where do you want to go? What do you want to create for your future? Do you want to change anything? It's possible. Think back over the whole of 2020 and think about the things that you can influence. So do you want to change anything that you can change? What would you do differently? What would you do better? Just change the screen. What do you want to change and what do you want to do differently? Have a good think about that while you do your self-care, of course. Gather up any ideas and any thoughts about where you think you are headed. Start planning your next few months, bearing in mind your foundations that you set already. That's better. Bearing in mind the foundations that you laid in 2020, start planning. And if you haven't done your foundations, which you should have done in 2020, because 2 and 2 makes 4 and 4 is a foundational number, you still have until around about the 14th of January 2021 to finish the foundations. If you don't know what I mean, then look back into my other videos and find out where the foundations are. And yeah, make sure that you got them ready so that you know what you can build upon. Excellent. So that's until the 14th of January. Now, right now, is the right time to start healing from last year. Because over the last year, as in over the last 12 months, you probably have had some trauma, you probably have had some fear, direct or indirect, related to COVID and Corona. Um, Changes have been put upon most of us. So usually people don't find it easy to deal with change. But when I was working in England, I went through a training and it's called change management. And now I welcome change because I realize that any change, once implemented and once, if more people are involved, once they are all okay, like, okay, we know what we're doing now, then it's usually better than it used to be before the change. So I welcome change. I love it. Anyway, sometimes changes are not easy to deal with. There's been a lot of fear and a lot of trauma. Now is the right time to start healing from that. Also, we have to tie up all the loose ends now because we're at the end of the year. It's full moon. Do everything that you need to do so that you can start again when the new moon arrives. What do you need to do now to be more stable later? Is there anything that you need to do to be more stable? How can you be more stable? What kind of stability is it that you want? A few things to think about. You've made a lot of changes already in 2020, like there was a big life change for just about everybody, like moving city, moving country, moving back to the country where you originate from, or so many big life changes. And you've grown a lot. When you think back about all the videos about the moons, we have done a lot of work and we've grown lots. We've done lots of self-development. So now is the time to get your stuff out there. What stuff? Anything really. Write, speak, paint, be creative. Don't wait. Do it now. Don't wait until you're better. Don't wait until you've mastered something. Don't wait until you have all the information. Just do it. Just get going. Just start it. Quite good. Right, then we're going into the future. So from the round about the 9th of January 2021, things will stabilize even more. I'm not going to predict what's happening in the world, but just keep an eye out. Do your work on yourself. Maybe help others. Get it out there. Help others do what they need to do. They might not see it, but you as an outsider can look in and say, hey, I've noticed that. Do you think that might be better? That sort of stuff. So help your friends out, and it's important what comes afterwards as well. Down the bottom here, I might need to change the screen again, sorry. Okay, I think you can see it now. So the stabilization, and then have you got a clear idea of your direction, the direction you're going in? Have you got a clear idea about what you need to focus on? If you don't, start thinking and be clear. What we're doing with the full moon is releasing. So you can release lots of the old stuff. Whatever it is that no longer serves you, you can release it now. We've had a workshop today and we had about 15 things each. And this is really funny because we're obviously doing this every fortnight, attracting and releasing. So full moon, releasing. Release all of the old stuff. Because the good thing is, when you release everything and let go of everything, you create an empty space. And in that space, you can let all the wonderful new things in. Get ready. Do your releasing. Get ready to bring in all the wonderful new things. Build on those foundations that you have already laid in 2020. So be conscious about everything. Be mindful and in the now, and actually conscious instead of on autopilot, and be diligent. Keep working at it. Chipping away a little bit here, a little bit there. Just keep doing it. Don't give up. Stay positive and don't get involved in drama. Who needs drama? But we all get caught up in it sometime, right? So once you notice that there is some drama playing out, step back and go like, I'm not partaking in this. So don't get involved in drama and stay positive. Get ready for some empathy. If you don't feel empathy, it is coming. This is what's going to happen in the future. People are going to be more empathetic. We've already had a practice run in 2020, so we may start sensing how others are feeling. Have you done that already? Great. If you haven't yet, give it a go. Don't be surprised if it happens that you pick up on the energies when you walk into a room and maybe they've just had a fight or something, or maybe whatever. You can pick up the energies. So that's going to happen if you're not doing that already. There's going to be lots of healing, there's going to be lots of compassion, and there might even be some telepathy. Interesting stuff. So this is all about awakening the abilities within you. And that's why your self-care, because of the busyness, your self-care is so important. You need that time, that relaxation, that mindfulness, that even 5-10 minutes that you are mindful and you just think and let things sink in. And don't worry about thoughts. Watch my videos about meditation. I'm not going to explain that now. So in 2021, everything will flow a lot easier. You can expect, for example, miracles, blessings, abundance, joy, creative inspiration, dreams coming true. Just work on those foundations until the 14th of January, then build on top of them. Where do you want to go? Focus on your direction and keep shining your light. Keep being grateful, because that is obviously going to help you. Meditate as often as possible. Stay offline as often as possible. Do like my YouTube videos though. Breathe deeply, like really deep down into your pelvic region, and do your grounding. Sit or stand bare feet on the grass if you can, because your grass might be wet because it is winter in some areas. Do your grounding and keep your energy field clear. Cleanse. Do your dry brushing, shake yourself off, things like that. Anyway, this was Yvonna from Enjoy Your Life Coaching and Healing, and there's a lot of good stuff happening. I think that a lot of things are going to change for a lot of people, otherwise I wouldn't bring out these videos, and it's all going to be in a positive light. As I said, with the changes, whatever the changes are, most people don't like changes, but in the end they are for the better. So think positive, do your gratitude journal. Yeah, have a look at all my other videos, especially the moon ones if you're interested in this sort of stuff, and subscribe to my channel because there will be a video every moon, new moon, full moon, and there might be some more videos about other subjects as well that I'm going to bring out, but I haven't exactly planned it yet. There are some things in the pipeline. I'm Yvonna from Enjoy Your Life Coaching and Healing, and I hope you've had a really good Christmas or Christmas season, and also all the very best for the year end. Do your work, take time out amongst all the busyness, and I wish you safe and happy celebrations for the new year. Take care everybody, and I hope to see you again in the next video.